Greetings everybody, I am the one and only Mania here, and I am back for some more yet again for the likes of the Maxi Toys videos. Woohoo! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for some more of Let's Play of WarioWare Inc. Minigame Mania, or in America, WarioWare Inc. Mega Micro Games, and in Japan, Made in Wario for the Game Boy Advance. So, last time we managed able to show you guys the versus games right here, despite I did manage to play all 4 of these by myself, because I was originally trying to invite Luigi over, but unfortunately though, we haven't got enough time for it. So today, for this episode, we're about to be playing some other bonus games here and there. Now I'm going to be tackling through, those 3 games as in the actual each category. So like for instance, on Wednesday we're probably going to be able to save those classic games, mainly 3 of them, until the next, well, on Wednesday specifically. Whilst today we're going to be focusing on endurance games. So like for instance, now we got ourselves Paper Plane, along with the forms of, well, skateboarder or skaterboard and other games. So let's get on to Paper Plane. Glide towards the earth, entirely, continually, forever. So basically though, is the fact that you get, your ultimate goal is pretty simple. It's the fact that if you remember from the likes of one of those micro games, I believe it's one of them is actually involved around in Mona, if I recall correctly. So basically though, your goal is pretty simple. It's the fact that you're able to avoid those little bars until you're able to actually just to continuously going down and down and down, and that's all you really have to do for this point. So yeah, not much right to home about. In fact, there's also a version on this from the likes of the forms of the DSiWare, which is basically the same thing as this, except the fact that you get that on a DSi system. So if you dare touch any of those bars, it's game over. So just want to classify that. Even though I might not actually be great at it though, but as you guys can clearly tell, this is going to be one of the shortest video yet. Especially because obviously that, although today's day is of course the 6th of December today, in this case in 2021 today, so excuse me, I got something on my throat there. So as a result, few things I want to explain while this is going on. Recently, about the fact that we've only got about 3 more days to go, well technically 4 if I lived in the UK, that the Game Awards is going to be hosting until specifically 3 days in other countries, or 4 days to be more specifically in the UK. Although I will talk more about that whenever we get into the forms of the 10th of December, in this case the, well, let's just say a conclusion to this Let's Play basically, because as far as I'm aware, we've only got about 2 stuff left until we're able to actually show you guys everything, so yeah, that's pretty much about it. So oh, dang it, I somehow messed this up, but that's okay, because I beat the actual record. And you can see Jimmy T right there, meaning about the fact that it tells you about the fact that what time did you beat on certain segments. So yeah, that's the forms of Paper Plane, despite the fact that I'm not exactly great at it though. But let's move on to Skating Board. So, Skating Board indeed. Skating is for cool kids only. Okay. Keep street shredding. Okay. So yeah, I think this particular endurance bonus game here, that it's basically it's actually based off from the likes of one of those micro games from the likes of Jimmy T, except the fact that the only biggest difference is the fact that I'm pretty sure that, as you can tell, we're going to be playing as 9 volts throughout the majority of this particular bonus game. And all you have to do is pretty simple. It's the fact that you have to jump over those specific blocks, or in some cases, occasionally, that you have to duck onto certain things. Like, for instance, if we actually stumble across the, even though despite my timing on jumps is a bit off, but usually I'll just try my best able to actually get a good score as I can, but even then, it really depending on the forms of the timing issue for my emulator and stuff like that, which, it's not my fault or anything, it's just the fact that sometimes it can be a consistency when it comes to timing and what have you, but I'm sure I got this for the most part, so, well, most of the time anyway, so, yeah, another thing I want to classify for something is the fact that I believe that we've only got about, specifically, 19 days to go until Christmas, so yeah, in fact, let me know in the comments below for the question of the day. what specific presents are you guys about to be getting for this year's Christmas? Because, well, I can't tell you what it is just yet though, because obviously it's a bit early still, especially notable about the fact that it's way too early to discuss, but obviously about the fact that, well, usually for the sake of this year we'll do something completely different when it comes to the forms of the Christmas specials of ours, because obviously that sadly that white teddy did sadly die due to you know what, and as a result though that we can probably expect April to do something else instead, like a different topic of the forms of well, we'll probably talk more about that whenever we get into likely close towards the end of not only for this month but also for the majority of 2021, so yeah, that might be something to behold, and oh jeez, that was quite stingy, but hey, at least we're able to go a high score, which is a grand total of 53, so that's decent. It could have gone a bit more, but then again, it's all about timing restrictions sometimes. But anyway, so now let's move on to the last game here, which is Jump Forever, so got the fever for some jump rope. Excellent. Now, get out there and jump. So basically you're able to take control of Wario and all that stuff. So I don't know what this micro game is actually based off from. I'm guessing it's once again Mono or something like that, even though it has been about 3 days ago since I've actually last touched this, because obviously Maxi has already managed to able to, well, still carry on doing Mario Kart Arcade GP2, and eventually that he will be able to go back on to, well, Mario vs. Donkey Kong eventually. So, excuse me, I'm very sorry about that point, folks, because I somehow got something stuck in my throat there, but that's okay. So as you can see on screen, in addition to trying to play as Wario throughout the whole thing, but also that Cat and Nana are in charge for the likes of the forms of the jump rope. So, yeah, it seems interesting. Although, as you can see on screen, the high score on Jump Forever is obviously 50 we need to jump over, so I think it's definitely one of the easiest in terms of those endurance run of games, in my opinion. Mainly because about the fact that, well, if you try to get the timing going, then you would able to do it no problemo. So as a result though, the only thing is kind of tricky and difficult sometimes is the fact that whenever we get into the forms of jump 60, then basically the actual jump speed is actually going to get random, as you can see. Like sometimes Cat and Nana can either do the fast rope swing or the fast speed. So yeah, it's all really depending on the forms of the actual timing and all that stuff. But if you somehow accidentally get touched by the forms of the jump rope and all that stuff though, like I somehow did right there, then the game is over. So look at that, 74 points. So not to be confused as the exact same number code as the forms of Cap King 74, which I still haven't heard from him ever since then. So please, so I have no idea why I'm saying things right now. So yeah, I guess suffice to say, we'll probably get endings off at this point right here. I know this video is significantly shorter, but that's just how it is. So join me next time for more of Let's Play of WarioWare Inc. Minigame Mania. That is the fact that we'll show off the classic games, Sheriff, Fly Swatter, and of course, Dr. Wario. So this should be fun. So I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Later, fellas.